Hi, I'm Ola Englund, and you're watching GuitarMessenger.com.
Perfect. So, the mandatory gear segment. I'd love to talk to you about some of the new stuff that's come out,
Right.
like the Satan. So, how would you, if you had to describe in a few words what you were looking for in that amp, what would it be?
I wanted it to be modern, brutal as fuck, and like brutal as fuck. Again. No, but basically, I've been playing a lot of amps, and it just, there's always going to be this part where you need to make the amp sound more metal or modern. Usually use a tube screamer or something like that to boost your amp. I'm kind of sick and tired of, you buying a $2,000 amp and you shove a $100 pedal in front of it, in a way. I mean, when I tried the Mike Fortin Natas the first time, I was like, I've never played anything like this before. It's so clear, but still so saturated.
Mm-hmm.
That was before the Randall deal. So I bought one from him, and we designed one together, which we call the Fortin Satan. And that's when Randall came along. They made it their signature. They made me a signature model. And I got the chance to go to Toronto and spend 4 days with Mike, just designing the insides of the amp and character, tone stacks. I learned so much about amps in those 4 days, about chokes, transformers, and we try out all different kinds of power tubes and preamp tubes, and it's just been a super awesome experience. And it really feels that I've had my saying in this amp. And that's why I'm so proud of it, and I really love the outcome. It's really the most brutal amp out there, right now at least. I wouldn't settle for less, since I've been trying all the amps, right?
Yeah, I mean, you've got the background with all the high gain amps that are on the market pretty
exactly.
much. So, brutal is kind of still a very broad term, though.
It is.
If you can find more specific description, what you look for. I know you like a bit more of a scoop sound.
Yeah, definitely.
You're not so much a vintagey, spongy kind of sound.
No.
Very modern, like you said.
Yeah, so. Very modern, very tight, aggressive is probably a better word than brutal. Really in your face, hitting.
So fast attack.
Fast attack, and the more you crank it, with a lot of amps, you kind of lose the attack. It compresses the sound when you turn it up. But this amp stays punchy. The more you pull up the master volume, it gets even more hit it in your face. And that's what I want. And it sounds, while it's still aggressive and scooped, it really cuts through. When playing in a band, and that's something I've never had before. I played Engels. They sound awesome when you play them on your own, but when you're live on a band, it's like it's gone. But then again, like 5150s, they cut through really well in a mix, but I kind of still like a scooped sound. So the Satan is all about that, and I'm so proud of that amp, and it works so well when I play live, and it really blends well with other amps also. It's awesome.
Yeah, so it's actually interesting. You like the scoop sound, but to cut through in live, it makes the guitar kind of lives in the mids.
Yeah.
So you take some of that away, but still be heard in the mix.
Right.
So
I mean, I'm not meaning like really scooped, but
right.
scoop enough. It's a lot of people are always saying like, oh, you scooping mids is bad and you won't get heard when recording. But I mean, who the hell cares? I mean, scoop the mids if it sounds good. Who cares? I mean,
if it sounds good, it is good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. What about your guitar? Tell me some of the unique features about the guitar.
Well, a couple of the Solar models from Washburn. One of them has the Evertune bridge, which is basically a bridge that keeps your guitar in tune under any circumstances. So if you, for instance, if the wood expands or shrinks, guitars change in different climates, and if you go from a warm backstage out to a cold festival stage, most of your guitars go flat or sharp. But the Evertune counter reacts that with tension, so it stays in tune all the time. So that's a great innovation. I've never seen anything like that before, and I'm just happy that it's it's something new, and I think it will stay. You know, it's something really unique. And the guitar also has Seymour Duncan pickups. It's an ebony fretboard. I think it's alder body body wood, maple neck, and yeah, there's about a couple of models out there. So for every like wallet, I think it starts from $599. The U.S. models, custom shop models, are $3,000 or something like that.
I know you like to tune down, and
Right.
you use a couple different tunings. I know you can drop A lot.
Yeah.
So what kind of string gauges do you like to get the touch right?
With Feared, I play in drop A. That's true. And on the Solars, I'm using 25.5 scale length. Right. I've always been playing longer scale lengths like 27.5 and all that, but I just felt that 25.5 still works, you know, for drop A, and I'm using right now 0.64 for the low A, and it's still really chunky. I don't have any problems with detuning at the when I pick, and it's so I think I have 9 to 64.
Okay.
So it's a standard tune guitar with a dropped A on the 7th string.
How'd you come up with the name Solar for the guitar?
Actually, it wasn't my idea. It was a guy called Sam Whitty that came up with a name for the first Solar that we had with Strictly 7. And I don't know, it makes sense. My name is in there, and
Right.
it's an S and an R. But yeah, it's very neutral. I don't know.
The Satan is less neutral.
It's less neutral. It's probably more in the face. But I was kind of, you know, I didn't think that Randall would go with the name. But then again, I think they saw the value of, because I did a lot of demos with the Fortin Satan before Randall came along, and you know, a lot of people heard about the Satan, like, wow, the Satan. So I thought that if you change the name, it would kind of remove the fact that it actually is based on the Fortin Satan that we did. So they eventually went with the name, and I'm happy with that. I mean, for me, Satan is just a name. I think it's rather funny that they actually went. It's kind of ironic in a way, but you know, there's always going to be people that don't like, you know, the brutality of the name. But you know, who cares?
Agreed. For a lot of people, when their hobby becomes their job, I think they have to find another hobby, you know, for their off time. So, is there anything you like to do in particular?
When I have downtime, I like to play video games a lot. Like I play the PlayStation 4 right now. And that's not really a hobby. It's just something for downtime. You know, just sitting and doing nothing. It's perfect for if you've been writing all day and you're only thinking about notes and shit like that, and you don't want to. You just go and play some video games, and it clears out the mind. And you can go back, check out your riffs, and see if they're still good.
Yeah.
That's usually what I do. Like, okay, I'm recording this awesome riff here. Well, yeah, it's awesome. Then I go play video games for a while, like 15 minutes, nothing more than that. Go back, listen to this riff sucks, and then do something else. But yeah, I also like photography. My wife is a photographer as well, so we like to do stuff like that. But yeah, I might have to pick up another instrument maybe as a hobby. I don't know, harmonica. I don't know.
I could see that.
Yeah, me too.
Pretty brutal.
Yeah, pretty.
Cool, man. Wrapping it up, for young guitarists, aspiring guitarists looking to get into the industry, make their mark, find a way to make it a living.
Yeah.
You know, what's a piece of advice that you can offer them?
My piece of advice would be that start yesterday. You know, I know a lot of people are kind of anxious about releasing their own songs, and you know, have people hearing them, or like, okay, I'm not really executing this video really well. I don't want to really put it out. I mean, just put it out there and get people to listen to it before it's too late. I mean, if you're just hogging it yourself, nothing's going to happen. You know, there's a lot of people asking like, oh, how do you get famous on YouTube? I was like, be the nicest guy ever. You know, it's not hard to be a nice guy. You know, give people compliments. You know, help people. That's what I like to do. Like, go to usually like a long time ago, I went to forums and helped people with recording, like the Andy Sneap forum. I was there a lot. Yeah. Helping people with production, and people went to me with questions, and I tried to answer them as well as I can. I still do on Facebook. You know, people send me messages asking about pickups. I try to answer as many of them as possible, and I try to really give a good answer. And I think it's really important because word gets around, and you know, who wants to be like a shitty guy? You want to be a kind guy. You know, give compliments, be nice, and it will work out. And also, of course, have fun.
Yeah,
Like
it's big.
while doing it.
Yeah.
Right.
Right on, man. Well, thanks so much for this interview, and I wish you best of luck in 2014.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank
Pleasure.
you. Thank you.
Thanks for watching. Oh, one sec. We'll do a little edit here.
Sure. Maybe if I say every word there is, you can like cut into your perfect. Yeah.
You will worship.
Yeah. Exactly. Satan.